Well, hello there, humans of his earthlings, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and whoever you're lucky enough to be doing it too. I'm Bushka on Blitz, and I'm doing a video today. Well, I'm actually Bushka on Blitz doing boats, and today I'm doing a video on the Z52, a Tier 10 German destroyer. In fact, it's my Tier 10 German destroyer because I bloody well bought it, and it cost me a fair bit of cash. And by cash, I mean doubloons. Oh, not even doubloons, just credits, whatever. You know, you get the idea. I ground the thing. It was great fun. We all enjoyed ourselves. I've had a very, very fun time in this boat. This is absolutely my favorite Tier 10 destroyer now. It's gorgeous for achieving the objective, which is capping. And it's been a bit tough for me because I play my destroyers very much like I'd like to think you could play a light tank in World of Tanks PC, which doesn't really happen in Blitz, where you've got to do a lot more damage. I play them to cap and to zone off areas with the torpedoes and to spot and do spotting damage. And that's all well and good, but I've just had a very, very tough time in this thing. I think I'm currently running at like 30%, which is well under the odds. But I'll tell you what, I'm enjoying the hell out of it, really enjoying the boat. Swiss Cheese will tell me to get in Discord so we can have a chat, but I can't because I'm currently in the midst of something we call the human race. It's like about 5 people running around in my house talking rubbish, and lots of them are children and lots of them are demanding constant conversations. My young nephews are over, so I can't be in the chat with you. Don't worry about it, Swiss. You'll live, you'll live, you'll live, you'll live. Swiss is in the Des Moines. Now, the Des Moines is a lovely boat in and of itself. It's got radar. What these two boats have in common is the ability to pop a particular consumable. For me, it's hydroacoustic and spot targets. Now, Swiss's is a lot better. It's about a 10K radar on the Des Moines. I have a thing called hydroacoustic. Now, radar spots ships through everything. Hydroacoustic spots boats, torpedoes, the whole 9 yards at a shorter distance. But the hydro on this thing is the key as to why I love it. Because I so enjoy capping, you can be very, very aggressive when you're capping in the Z52. You'll note there, I've driven right up to a Shimakaze, one of the most feared torpedo boats in the entire game, and I've started pumping him. At the same time, I've popped hydroacoustic. Now, the hydro range on this is about 5.9 kilometers. And what that basically means is that I can see everyone at 5.88 kilometers. They can't see me because I'm hiding in smoke unless they radar me or get close enough to auto spot me. And there are no other destroyers at Tier 10 that can do this for you. It's pretty amazing, in fact. And the torpedo spotting range on this is 4 kilometers as well. And the hydro goes for 2 minutes. So it makes this the boat that I've always really been after. The boat that I can get in and aggressively push into a cap, get spotted, pop hydro, jump into smoke, and anyone that enters the cap after that gets spotted by me and absolutely wrecked. So that's pretty bloody awesome. And it's one of my favorite parts of the game. You can see I'm spotting those torpedoes absolutely miles away. And my torpedoes are going out there towards the Amagi. They're going to fall short, I think. But either way, they've certainly scared the life out of him. And the poor old Amagi is currently turning away. Look at this torpedo beat, sliding right through. That's where the hydro is really, really valuable. It's very tough for them to push up on me and then just torp me when hydro's running because I can see the torps from so far away. Now, the Z52's guns are not all that flash in terms of high explosive. And high explosive is how destroyers generally get the job done because their AP rounds don't penetrate and destroyers themselves don't have any citadels. So there's no point smashing them low on the waterline for a big shot when you're not really going to get any benefit from it. And you'll actually hit a destroyer broadside and quite often just overpen them. If you can hit a destroyer broadside with German AP, however, it's outstanding. It does really, really good damage. You can hit a fat little gearing or a Fletcher or most of the boats and do massive damage. You can do 3K, no problem at all, in a side salvo. And that's what I like to use quite often. And I'm actually trying to learn to use German AP in this game because up until now I'd been pretty much using HE the whole way through the line. And I only really started to change up the way I play with this boat in the last wee while. And you're going to see me switch to AP and stay with it on some targets that I probably shouldn't have stayed with it on. But anyway, here we go. By the time you see this, I'll either be in Bovington or Bali, two very, very different destinations. we've had a family holiday booked for ages, right, for Bali. It's like that. Come on, just keep working. We'll get through it. It'll be great fun. We'll go to Bali. It's going to be fantastic. And then an opportunity to go to the UK and see my wife's in-laws popped up, and at the same time journey over to Tankfest and meet a heap of you guys who are out there and have some fun. And so I've been working like a fiddler with one arm at getting lots and lots of videos up on channel and doing lots and lots of work so that there's going to be something there for you guys every day of the week. So you can have your coffee, you can have your breakfast, you can have your paper, and you can watch a bit of Bushka, which some of you have told me you do, which I find quite amazing. And so by the time this drops, I'm more likely going to be either in Bali or in Bovington, one or the two, which is quite hilarious. They both start with B, and you can see me say this thing's and something Cap King, and I'm just like so over the moon happy. And Swiss says, I know, tell me about it in Discord. And I'm I just still don't just explain to him that I can't join Discord. Anyway, onwards and upwards. I'm now pushing towards C, and I want to find out who's in C, see if I can't actually cap that area there, because I'm all about the objective. I know I belabor the point, but I see this in Blitz, and I see this in boats all the time, even though I'm not a great player in boats at all. See that Fletcher? I'm going to show you exactly what the German DDs can do that the Americans and the Japanese and the Ruskies simply can't. And I'm going to use Hydro, a disgustingly long-range Hydro, to absolutely mess that Fletcher up. I've looked at the mini-map down in the bottom right-hand corner. I can see where he's pushing. The blue dotted line is my concealment rating, so I'm going to get him within that circle, and I'm going to ambush him coming around this corner. Pop Hydro, go to smoke. I've switched to HE because I just want to make sure I get enough shots in, and I'm not sure what angle he's going to be at. And there's the Hydro, so the Hydro is on. He's at 4.2 Ks. He's literally 2 kilometers inside the Hydro range. I'm detected. My smoke's going to come up in a sec. I'm no longer detected. And the Fletcher is now basically spotted for the entire team on the map. No one can see him. He can't see me. He is 100% wrecked. And this, my friends, is why I love the Z52. And not only have I seen him and kept him spotted, I spotted all his torps the moment he launched them, and I can easily evade them. How good is that for a boat? I actually ran into the Black yesterday, which is a Fletcher with radar at tier 9. There was a rank 1 player playing it. And I didn't beat him, but man, I held him off for the longest time. And it was just amazing cap fighting with this boat. If you can get close enough to the point where you're using islands and things like that, you're actually capable of brawling and dogfighting in those areas in caps with a boat like the Black, which is incredibly powerful and has longer range on its radar than you have on your Hydro, but doesn't have the same length of time on its radar that you have on its Hydro. And the Z52, I think, is just about the only boat you're going to find at tier 10 or tier 9 that can really bring that to the table in the destroyer class, which I found pretty bloody amazing, to sit there against a rank 1 player in a super strong boat like the Black and be able to contest. Now, the concealment on this boat is 6.1 kilometers. Now, for those of you who haven't played a lot of Warships, that means that at 6.1 kilometers, enemy boats will see me. Now, concealment can be mucked around a bit by various factors. If you fire your guns, it pops out to the full range of your guns. So for me, that's 12.1 kilometers. Planes will see you at a shorter distance than that, but not as close as the 6.1. Generally, it's about 3.5 or 3.6 kilometers a plane will see you. If you're on fire, again, you'll be seen by boats and such at a longer distance. And you can see what I'm doing here. I just want to hold my cap. I love this. I just play the objectives all the time. Hold your cap, and they'll come to you. There's no need to go YOLOing off. There's no need to just, push into heaps of reds, make them come to you. Now, Swiss is in the Des Moines. He's going to move up there. I'm just putting shots in that Amagi. I want to see, I'm trying to get the AP working. I figure I'll try and hit superstructure, and I hit absolutely bloody nothing, which is fair enough. And we hit a couple there at the end for an indeterminate amount of damage because I wasn't watching. There you go. I think it was a bit. Torpedo's dead ahead, I'm told by my fancy American captain, who should be using the German accent, like, from Who Dares Wins and all that kind of stuff. The Eagle has landed. We'd love to hear, some... Oh, look at this. Akazuki. Now that, boys and girls, is a tier 8 boat with very, very nice guns. So what I'm doing here is just reversing up. I don't want to give him any broadside. I'm not going to waste a smoke on him though. I've got Swiss with me behind. If they push around this corner, I want to hang on to my smokes. I've got 52 seconds left on the countdown for my hydro. And I did indeed kill that Amagi with the torpedo. So there you go. I wasn't even watching. We've got 2 boats killed. We've only done 24,000 damage, but we have capped and we've defended the cap and we've kept that poor old Shimakaze all over the joint. He's not had much of a chance to do anything at all. There's the Montana. We're going out broadside. He's in smoke. I popped my smoke. 30 seconds on my hydro. Swiss, though, has radar. So Swiss may well choose to radar at any point in time. I'm just going to pop my smoke and then throw some torpedoes into that smoke. I don't want to do it just yet because they're backing up. I can see by their smoke stacks that they've either stopped or they're backing up. There we go. So the concealment on destroyers is excellent compared to every other class in the game. They have the best concealment. My Minotaur has 8.9 concealment, which is crazy. This is at 6.1. Now, the Fletcher, for instance, has 5.8. The Gearing has 5.9. You're going to get down to 5.4s on some of your Japanese destroyers at tier 8 and such. But the thing is, if you're pushing in at 40 knots in this and you get spotted, by the time they decide what to do, you're already within their concealment range. And there's the Zhao. The Zhao is pushing around very, very hard. Now, the Zhao has some seriously fast short-range torps, 8 kilometers. And you can see there the German AP is actually starting to do some real damage. As we hit into the superstructure, we're doing 2 and 3k at a time. We've got another torp into that Akazuki. The Hydro is doing its wonders. Got another torp. We've got rid of the Akazuki. Fantastic stuff. That German AP is actually kicking butt. Look at it go. This is a destroyer into a tier 10 cruiser, and the Zhao is a scary beast. There we go. The Hydro has spotted those super fast torps up at 8Ks, and I'm going to start ignoring the Zhao because seriously, those torps are a worry, and the Montana is pushing up bloody hard. I've got 5 seconds on my initial smoke. We're just going to angle up very carefully, move our butt out of the way, and then not fire again. Now, the reason I'm not firing here is because if I can get to 6.1 kilometers again, that Montana will no longer be able to see me. So I'm literally going to angle up to get my torps off because he just fired a salvo there. And then I'm going to turn away again once I get the torps going. And turn away again. And we're now about to pop outside concealment range. But I can see that he's looking at Swiss with his guns. And I want to help my platoon mate out here because he is in big strife. He is angled up against that Montana. He is very, very much side on. And I'm still just firing AP, which is completely the wrong choice. I should be firing high explosive there. But we're going to land a couple of torps on him, which is going to help the cause tremendously. There's 2, and Swiss Cheezel knocks him off with a little bit of American armor piercing, which is a brilliant, brilliant bit of love. So you can see why I love this destroyer. The reload on the torpedoes is the fastest at tier 10. It is 68.9 seconds. Now, in this game, I'm running Adrenaline Rush. So the torp reload is even quicker. And I still have the old setup. What I've done now, though, is I've gone to Last Stand and as a captain skill, my second level's captain skill rather than Adrenaline Rush. Because the torp reload is just so bloody quick. I'll get Adrenaline Rush back, but I won't get it till the end of the grind. I'm at 17 points now. I'll get it probably at 18 or 19 points, which is the top captain pointage you can have. And I just want to make it as strong as possible. So I've actually got... oh, no, I have changed it here because you can see I've got nearly 24,000 hit points. So I'm running Survivability Expert, which gives you 350 hit points per tier of your boat. I'm running Last Stand, which means that even if you're hit, your steering gears and your rudder are knocked out, you can still maneuver, albeit at a much reduced rate. And it means that when you're in the thick of it in the caps, like you've seen, I really like being in the thick of it in the cap area, getting stuck in, ripping and tearing, you can still perform. And that's pretty important because you will take a lot of hits. If you want to push up and you want to brawl and you want to knife fight, you have to take risks and you take a lot of hits from other DDs, and they're usually high explosive hits, and quite often they'll take out your rudder and your propulsion. So if that's the case, then you've got to be very, very careful. Now you can see we're coming around here. We'd love to get another little bit of torpedo action in on the Tirpitz and the Kutuzov. Swiss is pushing up in the Des Moines. It's an awesome boat, the Des Moines. So much damage. He has some massive guns. We had a 240k Des Moines game the other day. It absolutely poops out the damage. Watch the torpedo reload here. I'm going to fire my torps, and by the time you'll see that Tirpitz, just firing some AP. I want to see how it goes in that Tirpitz. I'm really hoping to get some torps into that Kutuzov. He's done really well, that Kutuzov. He's right on the edge of that corner. I wanted to see if I could actually citadel him. But unfortunately, we didn't get any of that action going on. And they're only doing 990. That may, in fact, just be the overpens, I guess. We fire the torps. And we've been hydroed 1 minute and 5 seconds. So the torp reload with me on 2/3 hit points is down to 65 seconds. You can see adrenaline rush is crazy with this thing. And the torpedo reload skill, it gets down so low. We're on 3 kills here. Looking to get a hold of that Kutuzov kill. And get 4 for our Blitz top gun. You can see the Kutuzov's running hydro, which surprises me. I thought he'd be running defensive AA, which is what I run on my Kutuzov, but there you go, there's 4 kills. One more, we get a Kraken. I don't think we're going to get it. We probably don't deserve it. We've only done 107,000 damage. And I think our good mate Swiss McChisel actually grabs it. There he goes in the Des Moines. So on Bushka on boats, on Blitz, that's a Z-52, the top tier, tier 10 German destroyer. I bloody love the thing. You should jump in and grab one. Until next time, look after yourself. Stay safe on the battlefield. Say g'day at Tankfest if you're about. And if I'm not in Tankfest, then wish me luck and salute me with a pina colada from your balcony or something as I'm hanging by the pool in Bali looking after kids and yelling at other tourists. Until next time, stay safe on the battlefield.